So last night in our class, we saw a video of you reading one of your poems. So as a poet, and poetry, we've been told, is meant to be read aloud. So does reading poetry give meaning to it?
The performance of poetry?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm one of these people that firmly, deeply believes in the performance of poetry. And another answer to one of your earlier questions is I became a poet because I was a rapper. And that's what I did before. You know, I was writing raps at around the same time that I started writing poems. But I really knew how to write raps, whereas I had no idea what I was doing with poems. And over the course of my life, those things have kind of like crossed each other. Now I get confused about writing raps, where now I really know how to write poems. But I think both of those things keep my understanding of language really active. And in New York for many years, I was known as like the rapping poet. I know there were other poets that rap, but not that many, especially not in my scene, which was kind of the experimental poetry scene. But I would always open and end each reading with a rap. And yeah, I think that the words, you know, you write, especially you write a book, right? And those words just get sent out to the world, and it's very much like just you create this child, and then you have to just send it out like a little orphan in the world. And I feel like when you get an opportunity to read, you get an opportunity to kind of like create context for that orphan and put some clothes on it. And like when you go out and read, you want it to like, you really want to do justice to that poem, because it's hard for it to fight out there on its own. But your performance of it can make sure it crosses that gap that is very hard to cross for someone else, so that they can start to have it be part of their own life. A lot of my friends' poems, I love going to my friends' readings because I've heard their poems a lot, and I don't get bored of them. I just feel like when they read it, a poem that I know really well, it's like, oh, that guy. I love that guy. You know, it's like seeing an old friend. And I hope that my poems work the same way.